Okay, this is the first episode ever of what we're calling the Peak Passenger Seat. And in the passenger seat today is Coach Caitlin. Yes. All right. Coach Caitlin, where did you grow up?
In Alvin, Texas, right down the road.
So I'm assuming since you grew up in Alvin, you went to Alvin High School.
I did. I went to Alvin High School, class of 05. Went to school with Coach Natalie.
Wow. And how did you get involved in swimming?
So when I was 9, one of my friends told me about her summer league, the Alvin Aquatic Club. They did it for a couple summers, and so when I was 9, I tried it out and I loved it. Coach Natalie was there, but we weren't friends yet 'cause she was really fast and I was just learning how to swim. But so I started summer league when I was 9.
Wow. And did you swim club?
I did not start club until I was 15, after my freshman year in high school. I did summer league and junior high swimming in Alvin ISD until then.
Where did you swim club?
I swam club in Angleton Aquatic Club, which now I guess it's Pace Setters.
Mm-hmm.
And so Coach Natalie and I and a couple of our other teammates would drive down 35 over 30 minutes for our swimming.
Who coached you?
Coach Rick. Coach Rick used to work for Peak. He is the head coach of Mammal High School swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved down from Angleton.
Wow.
I don't remember when. A while back.
What are your fondest memories of swimming for club and for high school?
Oh gosh. That's a tough one. Just getting to go and have fun with my friends. That's always my biggest memories, is just hanging out with Coach Natalie and the rest of our close swimming friends, going on those travel trips. We went to Louisiana a couple years, Lake Charles, and swam at a couple different pools in that area. That was probably one of the most fun things.
And obviously it still has an impact on you today.
Mm-hmm.
So after high school, where did you go?
I went to a very small liberal arts college called Centenary College of Louisiana. When I went, it was the smallest Division I. It's since become Division III, but that was its big selling point to get kids to come there. It's like, oh, we're D1, we're the smallest D1.
How many students were at the university?
About 1,000. Very small, very small. Yeah.
Because I know that Rice is one of the smallest Division I colleges in the country now as well, and they are still Division I.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you swam while you were at Centenary?
I did, all 4 years. I walked on, so I begged the coach, can I please come here, because I got an academic scholarship, and I said, I love to swim, please let me swim, I promise I'll work really hard. And luckily he let me walk on, and eventually they managed to throw some money my way for swimming too, so that was really nice.
Wow. Earned some money for swimming. Excellent. Hard work.
Yes, hard work paid off, literally.
Yes. So when you were in college, what were some of the fond memories for that?
Again, like just hanging out and going places with my teammates. We swam locally in Arkansas a lot, with a lot of the D3 teams there, but our division was up in the north, so we went to Chicago, we went to Michigan for our conferences, and so we'd hop on a bus, sometimes a plane, but mostly we'd hop on a bus and drive all the way up there for our big meets.
What was the weather like in February?
Very cold. Very cold. It was different for us Southerners, because I went to school with a lot of kids that were, from Dallas and Louisiana and Houston, and so we were all used to not so cold weather.
Especially in February.
Yes.
In Michigan.
Yes, it was quite cold. There was some snow for sure.
I can imagine.
Yep.
So after you graduated college, what did you start to do?
I came right back and coached Peak that next week. Coach Juan, who was the head coach at the time, was like, oh, you come into work for us? And I said, yes. At the time, it was Synergy Aquatics. But yeah, that's what I first did. And I knew I wanted to become a teacher. And so while I was working on getting a teaching job, I coached with Peak.
So what year was that?
2009.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm still here. 10 years later.
Yes. So when you first started coaching with Peak, what was your job?
I worked with the group that's equivalent to Bronze 1, so kind of my same group level, I guess. I coached some 8 and unders a little bit. I remember working with Coach Ann the first round that she worked with Peak. We had a group that we shared together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so over your years with Peak, what other groups have you worked with?
I think I've mostly stuck with the 11 and ups, mostly 11 to 14. So that's kind of my wheelhouse, I guess.
Yes, good way to put it.
Yes.
And as we've gone through the years with Peak, what memories do you really like, or what memories stand out?
I mean, I guess it's not a specific memory, but just seeing how our club has grown so much. I remember, we've always practiced at Mabel High School as long as even me coming back to swim in the summers with you when we practiced at Mabel High School. And we practiced at Alvin High School before they renovated the pool, and up till now where we have our nice natatorium, and we've just grown so much. Specifically, I really like our travel trips that we've incorporated, because like I said before, that's a big part of swimming, I think, for the kids, for us as coaches too, is just getting to see kids in a different light in those travel trips.
So what are some of the travel trips that you've been on as a coach?
I've been, this past summer, we went to LSU, we went to Baton Rouge, we went to, gosh, I should know these.
Did you ever go to New Orleans?
Yeah, I guess we did, yeah.
Corpus Christi?
Yeah, no, I didn't ever get to go to Corpus Christi.
Oh, San Antonio?
No, I didn't get to go to Arizona, but that wasn't my fault. but I got to go to a few, and they were pretty fun. But I know that the kids, any time that they get to go, that's almost there's always one of their favorite things that they get to do.
You're right when it comes to that. I know that people still ask, can we go back to Phoenix? Because I guess the whole experience of flying on a plane to the meet itself, where it was really hot outside, but it was dry, and the water was so cold, and they still talk about that today. The first time they got in the water, some of them said it took their breath away, it was so cold. You don't think about that, but I guess the desert air does cool it off. So yeah, we've been to several places during our time here when it comes to the travel trips, and all of them seem to bring back unique memories, and it's been a lot of fun, I guess, to also go and watch those kids bond, come together greater as a team. So what are some of the favorite meets that you attend throughout the course of the season outside of the travel trip?
The end of season, the champ meets are always great, because we've got, the kids that ride all over themselves, even though that's not good for them, and we should, I think we should not encourage that, but they get into it, and that's the point. That's what I like about it. They make the posters, and we have our psych box every year. That's always really good to see, like, our oldest kid handing a box to our youngest kid, and both of them having that end goal of, I'm gonna succeed at my meet, even though they're not going to the same champ meet. They all have the same end goal.
Yeah, that again, some of the things we've incorporated within the program to help with the team bonding, that is one of my favorite ones. The psych box. And you look at what we have now with our schedule. This is the first year we ever sanctioned the inter-squad meet, and then now we have our second dual meet with Rice this weekend, so looking forward to that. And I like the progression we've taken with the club when it comes to especially younger families new to the club, being able to kind of get into it a little bit with an inter-squad meet, which isn't as big, and then a dual meet, which is a little bigger obviously, and then going to their first meet, and it could potentially be a travel meet.
Right.
If they go up to Lufkin. So that's a small little piece, because going that 2-hour trip up there turned out to be a blessing for us last year, because so many people had such a good time. And again, find memories of not the meet as much, which is always good, hanging out with the friends and spending the night in a hotel. Big impact on the kids. So, looking now where you are and how we have restructured the program, it seems like each year over the last few years, what groups are you working with now?
So now I have Bronze 1 and Silver 1. I'm really enjoying this 3-group split that we've done with Bronze, because I feel like we can do more things with the certain groups and meet the needs of those different groups of kids.
Yeah.
So I'm really pleased with that, with how it's turning out so far.
when I look at the way you guys have gotten together and looked at the needs of each kid and placing them in a group where it can meet those needs, and then they can progress within the group. You know, they can go from bronze 1 to 2 and bronze 2 to bronze 3 based on how they mastering skill and their commitment to their swimming. So it has been fun to watch, and I guess the exciting thing also is just how many kids we have that are getting involved in our 12 and unders as they continue to grow through the program.
Yes.
So, you thought about years down the road, you want to continue what you're doing, or have you thought about maybe I would like to try something different within the club when it comes to coaching different groups?
I think that I know myself, and although I really enjoy subbing for our for Coach Beth and Coach Cheryl and those that coach the younger groups, I also teach 7th grade English, so I know that I know the age groups that I'm good with and the age groups that I'm not so good with. So I think I'd like to kind of stay where I'm at, but I think for right now I'm really happy with Peak. I mean, I've stuck it out 10 years and I like what our club does. I believe in it, and so yeah.
Well, again, it is pretty exciting to look at the fact that how long you and Coach Natalie, Coach Ann, and myself have all been with Pearland Aquatics and have watched it grow over the years. And you take a look at us and the dedication that you guys have given to the program and watching it grow to the point where it is today, and looking down the road, like, it's going to be more exciting down the road as we continue to grow.
Most definitely.
So it's been a lot of fun. Well, we are happy to have you here, and it is kind of amazing. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, so thank you for doing this Peak passenger seat first episode.
Yeah. Hopefully it wasn't too weird. It felt kind of weird.
No. Well, we're going to continue to do this and add hopefully 1 episode a month. So thank you, Coach Caitlin, and look for the next one to come out soon.